Welcome to Leg Day edition.
Welcome to the Booze and the Bees.
Booze and the Bees. Halfway through Leg Day, I am wiped. Oh, your light's behind you.
Oh, I was wondering why
it looks so
weird.
great. It looks kind of cool.
It does look kind of
It
cool.
does look kind of cool.
But
we're a colorful crew.
Colorful crew.
Look at us, colorful and crew-like.
I
Things.
did like the dark though.
It
the
looked
dark
good.
vibes.
That's how people do it with less lights. They just like go dramatic, and then everything always looks cool.
Yeah, maybe sometimes we'll have like a dramatic episode.
Have a dramatic scene.
We talk very dramatically.
We'll talk so dramatically.
Dun dun dun.
Da, da, da.
Why do y'all like us? Why do y'all listen to
All
us?
7 of you watching.
Hey, we have
Thank
more
you.
than that. We get a good like 20-something views now. This is
Oh.
episode like 23.
23?
Yeah, so at least 20 people.
Is that going to
An
be our
episode.
title? Episode 23? Question mark?
Question mark?
It's going to say episode 23, episode 23, question mark.
Just endless. Episode 23, episode 23, episode 23.
In a galaxy far, far away. During episode 23, maybe.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, dun, episode 23.
Nice. Okay, what's our topic for this episode?
Well, we were talking earlier about 90 Day, but I don't remember what specifically it was about. Oh, because she was saying that she was interested in the guy, so she wasn't going to give him attention.
Yeah.
And people she was not interested in, she would
Move quicker with.
she would like sleep with or whatever.
Yeah, so if you're out there and you're a young lady and
Listen here, young lady.
listen here, young lady, and you want to find a long-term partner, but you're afraid of the commitment part of it, this is a common thing that men experience, and you guys aren't slick. You're not slick. They know what's going on. You're going to go out and you're going to sleep with someone that you don't care about, so you don't form an emotional connection to them, and you're going to make the person you do care about work harder for what you gave someone else for free. Guys see this all the time. It lowers your value in their eyes. They don't want to deal with you. Because that's a garbage way to live. And I understand their point of view. They're like, well, I just don't want a connection, but the person I want a connection with, I want it to be so strong and powerful. That's a fun feeling to have. But guys also have feelings, and they don't like being taken advantage of. So it knocks you down on the totem pole a couple pegs. Like a lot of
It
pegs.
just doesn't also, from a perspective of a woman who's been there and done that, it doesn't really make sense now hearing it like, I'm not gonna fully give this person I'm interested in my whole self, but I'll give my whole self to some person I don't care about. Why even do that?
Yeah, and I actually, listening to you say that, I think one of the rebuttals you might hear is, well, I'm just giving them my sexual attention.
Body,
I'm just
yeah.
giving them my body. I'm not giving them my heart and soul. But I think if you thought about it from a man's perspective, your heart and soul is attached to your body, right? There's an intimacy portion of that. Like a guy doesn't consider your body the same way you might. You're like, I'm just giving the body. They're like, no, your body comes as part of the heart and soul. Like you're the whole package. And to value yourself more, right?
You should value your body. It shouldn't just be
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
intimacy should be a really connecting thing because
Yeah.
it is. People, there's so many crazy studies of people saying how like you like exchange energies and all this different stuff during intimacy, which I believe fully that you're
Yeah.
exchanging energies and I just don't know why you'd want to do such an intimate moment like that with someone you already know you don't want to be with.
Yeah, cherish yourself more. Give yourself more value, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I get it might just be fun. You don't want to hurt yourself, but you're hurting your future self. You're letting past self hurt future self. If you're just giving yourself away to some person you're not going to really invest time into. You're hurting future self from finding a real partner that cares about you.
And
Because
see,
you're
but-
definitely pushing some good guys away doing that.
But it's hard because like we went like first night.
Yeah, but we invested into each other immediately, right? And that's the point.
Yeah, we did.
That's the point. If you're going to do something, do it with intention.
Yeah.
Like if she had come into it like, oh, I'm going to do this and it's going to be fun. And then he's out the door and then I'm going to have 5 other guys on my roster and I'll see which one's best.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
no.
be with her. And then where would she be? Right. It would be stinking for her.
Both of us.
Yeah. And so
For both of us.
definitely for both of us. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be stinking for me if you were like that. It would have been a good call for me to run. you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you weren't
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
But
so it
I'm
was
not
good.
like that.
So that's the point.
I'm the full package.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, really put yourself into it and treat it as if this should be someone I can see myself with. Like if you really can't see yourself with it, why do it?
Right.
It doesn't make you cool. Like if a guy has like, oh, I got with 10 ladies, it's so hard for a dude to do that it might actually give them props. But for a girl, if you literally just went out to the bars and just said, I'm available, someone will say yes. And so it's not even a badge of honor.
I mean, 100%.
Yeah, it's not even a badge of honor. It's like literally nothing. It's just a waste
I
of
don't
time
think
and
women
energy.
look at it as a badge of honor, though.
I know. That's the point. Is You're just hurting yourself. Like, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's a waste of your time and energy. And you can get diseases. And there's no point.
Yes, it's
And again, your future
so
partner
many
is going to look
things.
back and say, why did he get it for free? I saw you here 2 months ago. Oh, now you're single? Well, where's my chance? Oh, you got to take me to dinner first. And I really like you. So we're going to take it slow. You didn't take it slow with Tyrone.
Joe? Oh,
I don't know
I was
names.
saying slow with Joe.
Oh, and Chad's, Tyrone's.
Oh my gosh.
You can't do that. You got to like really consider this as something important in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people have it backwards and then the person in 90 Day, divorced. So
Right.
if that is any consolation on how well her plan worked out, it didn't.
And we're not talking bad about people who get divorced.
No, we're just saying your odds mathematically, scientifically are worse if you treat dating like that.
Yeah.
It's worse. Factually. So don't do that. You have better success.
Better success. That's all that we want for y'all. Success.
Yeah. We want you to be
Positivity.
happy. We want you to find a good partner. Like, look, our neighborhoods are better when everyone is happy and has their partner.
Right.
There's less backstabbing, there's less lying, there's less cheating, there's less stealing when everyone is with their partner and everyone's
But like
working
you
to better
said,
their family.
Are there more women than men? So like some people are just gonna end up alone.
Yep.
That's really sad.
It's sad, so that means you got to be your best because there's not someone for everybody.
That's why I don't see anything wrong with poly relationships. Like I couldn't.
They don't work.
Well,
Mathematically, scientifically, do not work. So,
I mean, but like they worked for like the kings. So what if it was like that kind of situation where it was like
it has only ever worked when a man is in charge and has a lot of women, and it's not because of love, it's because they have enough resources to allocate, so all the women are taken care of, not necessarily love. So I wouldn't say that they had the happiest life, but they definitely survived and propagated longer. It has never worked when the woman is in charge. It's like a 98% divorce rate.
what do you mean woman in charge? Oh, like it's her and like a bunch of men or something?
Which is what happens now in a lot of poly relationships. It's the girl's idea, and then they go out and they find the one guy who replaces the dude who actually gave them all the resources, and then boom, that guy's out and
I've
new
seen
guy's in.
both. I've seen both. I've seen
I've
the
seen a lot of
guys
them
with
divorced.
2 girls and stuff. Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But like what else though? I mean, I'd rather people have to share than be alone.
Yeah, and if you're going to do that, then it just means, you're going to do that. If you look at historically, it's like 40% of the population doesn't breed, something like that. It's like only a small fraction of men actually had kids
Oh.
ever. So it's like some of y'all are just destined to be alone. So you should be happy with that. But if you don't want to be one of those people, then you really need to work on yourself and understand that your time is not unlimited. And even though when you were in your 20s and you thought everything was great and everyone wanted you at the bar, when you're 35 and 40, it's not going to be like that.
Well, that's not what you want to be doing at that age. I would
Not
think.
what you want to be doing. Well, look, 35, 40, anywhere you go. I don't even know where you find people to date at 35, 40. Your knitting circle, you're not going to find anybody there. It's going to be really hard for you. And they're definitely not going to be the people you want. So take your time in your 20s seriously to find a good partner. Don't be wasting it on Chads in the bar. Don't do that. Give yourself to someone who cares about you.
Well, what about people who are already 40 listening?
I mean, time marches on. Go find your knitting circle. I don't know how to help you.
Yeah, hobbies.
Yeah.
Like going out to, like Caesar in 90 Day would go to the painting classes.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's trying, but then he keeps trying to get with Ukrainian models.
Yeah, he's not like, I was just thinking the hobbies.
Yeah,
as
no,
an
the hobbies is a
example.
good idea. And then just remember to keep your expectations in check. Like, you really should be using your 20s to find family,
Yeah.
to find potential, not to find the end result. Because if you skip the potential, you're never going to get the end result. You're just going to struggle your whole life. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people are negative about finding love and a partner, and I think it's a really great thing to have.
Yeah,
in life,
it's worked for thousands of years. Thousands
of
You know what hasn't worked? Being single has not worked for thousands of years very successfully in any facet of life.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, look, to each their own also. But for me personally, I love having family and like a partner. And, like knowing that this is, the people I'm going to be with in the future.
mm-hmm.
Because I definitely used to be all about like friends and stuff. And now where are they?
Yeah. And
Not here.
That goes into one of those that we were talking about. We had somebody bring up that they were the coach of a kid's sport team. And one of the moms and him go on dates, dinner dates, and he pays. They go out and they have a fun time. And he said, I don't know if she's interested in me or if it's just like if we're just friends. And some of the advice that we gave them was, you really need to say, these are my intentions. Do you feel the same? Because you have to picture yourself in 5 years. If you have a partner and you want to spend all your time and resources on your partner and building a family with them, do you think this friend is going to still be going on dinner dates with you? Or do you think your wife would have an issue with that? Do you think it would be a wise decision to spend all your money with this friend and her kid? Probably not. And if she went and got a husband, do you think her husband would be okay with you just going out on dinner dates with your kid's coach every once in a while? Probably not. So look 5 years in the future and say, is this a good use of my time if they're just going to be friends? No, it's not a good use of time. So really make sure you say, these are my goals in the future, and I want to find a partner. I'm looking to see if you're that kind of partner. And if they say they're not into that or they're not looking to it, move on. There's someone else for you. Because life is too young to have friends that when they get with their family are not going to hang out with you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your best friends, they could still come visit because they're going to go have kids and then you're going to have kids and then you both go on vacation together. You plan it. But that might happen once or twice a year. That's not going to happen every day like you used to in your 20s. You have different responsibilities that you should be taking care of. You should be changing and growing. So wanted to bring that up. Set expectations early that this is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to play. I'm not trying to have fun. I'm not trying to make friends with random girls. I'm just not doing that. Not to find a partner.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got? I definitely have taken over a lot of this podcast, so let's have you have an Ella section. What do you got?
Oh.
Ella Opinion Corner. Yeah, what's your opinion on that about asking women out? What about the women's perspective of that, of them letting guys take them out on dates and stuff without being interested? Do you have any experience with that?
Wait, so you're saying experience with going on a date without expectation?
Yeah. Have you ever taken a guy out, but you didn't want, you didn't see any future with them? They were just quote friends, but they paid for dinner and everything?
I never really had platonic guy friends besides if they were high school friends.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, it was usually I don't know how to explain it. I don't really feel like I did. I would go on dates, and then as soon as I knew I wasn't romantically interested, I wouldn't have them take me out to dinner.
You wouldn't drag them on?
No.
Yeah. Well, see,
No.
That's why she's great, and she's a wonderful person. And that's what landed her me. So we're both super stoked.
I'm not perfect, definitely. And
no.
I could definitely talk about my past, and hearing stories would probably make me sound like I'm not a perfect partner, because I've definitely, I've dated a lot in the past because I knew what I had expectations, and I grew up seeing relationships lasting when they shouldn't, And I just knew I wouldn't want to drag along somebody and myself and do that. Plus, I had options. It wasn't like,
yeah, you're young.
You're my only one.
Yeah. When you're young and pretty, you got a lot of options. So keep that in mind, all you young and pretty girls.
Yeah, I was good. I had no reason to. But also, again, like, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. And not like I'm being cocky, like, but I just wouldn't drag it on.
Yeah, and that's smart, and that's really good advice, because it does land you a better partner when you're not trying to do that, because you build malicious tendencies, even if it's an accident. And I know y'all are smarter. We have a girl. I know she's going to grow up and be smart. Guys out there, women aren't dumb. They are taking advantage of you. Okay, I want you to know, they think it's a secret. They ain't slick. They are taking advantage of you. So if you think they are, they are.
Now, I had bad moments where at one point my friend and I were trying to see how many free dinners we could get in a week.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like, dragging along someone. It would be like how many first dates you could get, basically.
Yeah, it's still lame. Guys, dating sucks. And girls, guys know it sucks. So if you really want to find a partner, you already know what to do. Say, these are my expectations, and then done, So.
Yeah, I mean, our story, we just met at a bar.
Yeah, we played pool.
And it still took a few months after that to finally date. And then it was instantaneous. It was just like, all right, well, I know that I want to like be around you. So we're just going to keep doing this until we don't. And that never happened. Thank God.
No, it was really good. So that just goes to show you, I mean, have standards and set them. And you got to imagine, I bet she could have found an amazing partner 8 years before had she not been trying to play people for first dinners. I'm glad she was, because then we met.
No, I found a lot of duds. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, you would have found less duds had you not been playing people. Because trust me, other guys notice. It's no secret. So.
Yeah.
Y'all think you're slicker than you are.
What do you mean, though? Like, what do you mean slick? I go on a date with you, you buy me dinner, and then if I'm interested or not, and then if I'm not interested, that's not my fault that I'm not interested in you. Like, well, I'm supposed to, like, what do you want me to do? Continue, like, force myself to because you already bought me dinner? I have to see if this works. Like, if I think it's a favor for both of us. No?
It's definitely not a favor for the guy to have to go spend time and money. And I get, like, wanting to go meet someone and understand who they are and see if you're interested. But the fact that you had a little bet with your friend to see how many first dinners you could get just means you were going into the dates with the intention of not finding a partner.
Yeah, that was a 1 week stupid. That's what I was telling you. Yeah. I have had that thought because it was at one point it was pretty obvious, like, we're young women, we can get away with a lot.
Yeah, and that's all I'm getting
But
at.
I'm just saying, because I went on dates, I didn't really feel sneaky or slick. Sorry, I didn't really feel slick.
Yeah. But, well, just from a guy's perspective.
Because I feel like that's part of dating is that
out. Guys have to go use all their money and time, and the women should be throwing themselves at certain guys that they don't care about.
You don't have to go to dinner. You could
but then you can
dates.
Also be like alone too, because there's so many people. It's a hard dating market for everybody.
Like, you literally came over to my house and we had dinner and watched a movie.
Yeah.
So not a lot of money was spent.
Well, I had to buy a bottle of wine.
Okay.
And dinner.
Okay, well, worth
and drive
it,
over. Right?
It
was worth it because you had intention to like see if we were good.
Well, I think. Look, I feel like it's. I'm not being one of those people like, oh, guys have to pay for us and all that.
I think they should.
Okay, then that should be part of it. If you're in the dating market, you said guys don't even get a lot of dates anyway, so they're not going broke going on first dates.
Oh, it sucks.
So it's like, I'm sorry that you spent your weekend money instead of drinking on a date, but you have to do that to look for a partner. You have to go on a lot of bad dates.
And that's
part of life.
That's all I'm getting at is I want guys to realize that they need to still be the man, still be chivalrous, still buy for things. But women also need to realize you're going to have a much harder time if you're playing people.
No, definitely don't play people.
Well, but they're gonna. It's a bad market right now. So I'm just trying to teach them not to do it.
Don't play people.
It doesn't work. It's not fun. You might get a dinner out of it, but you could have a whole house. You don't think a guy would pay all of rent? You could find a good guy who would pay every bill you have. You know what I mean? You're paying for a dinner and you think you're like, oh, this is so cool. I made like $300 worth of dinners. You could have had a guy pay your entire rent for life and then take care of you and hold your hand at 80. But no.
Yeah, no, that shouldn't
You
be
got
your
some
thought
dinners.
process going into it. You should be already initially into the person before the date and feel like there might be a connection, and then go into the date looking for that, not looking for an expensive meal.
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely agree.
Yeah, I think
But I think
changing
it's
the culture is
okay
big.
to go on an expensive date or whatever if that's what they choose to do, and then you don't have to then say you have to be interested in that person.
Oh, definitely. You should be able to walk away.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be good to teach people that it's like, really do go in with, I am looking for a partner. Not,
Yeah.
I am looking for a good time. And
Right.
it's not my fault this guy got played because I really wasn't in an emotional space for a boyfriend anyway right now. Then
Yes.
don't do that to them. Because it makes guys play
Unless
you more.
you like tell them off the bat, like, oh, we can go on this date, but like, I'm not looking for anything.
Yeah,
just so
I'm,
you know.
I'm also saying that's a bad idea because then your future husband is going to
it's
say
true.
that sucks for you because I don't like girls who do that. You shouldn't have done that. You're going to miss out on good opportunities doing
Okay,
that.
well, I made mistakes, so
Yeah, so did I.
yeah, look at both of us together.
Yeah, we did great.
Mm-hmm.
But then, mind you, ladies, she had to get with an obese guy. So you might have to too.
Oh my god.
I'm throwing it out there. You have to pick your battles. I'm not 6 foot and I was obese. And a lot of you would just
didn't
immediately check that
matter.
off.
Yeah,
it doesn't
'cause that
matter,
didn't
but it does
matter.
matter to some of you. So when you're saying, oh, well, Ella did it, Ella had to pick her battles and she picked the ones that were based on character, not based off of physicality,
Even though I was attracted to you.
which is dope. But like, you know, I know
So
immediately
funny.
being under 6 foot and obese marks like 80% of the women watching this off a list. and that should not account for anything.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
No. But it does. And guys, also be fit because you're going to be with your family longer and you're going to be able to protect them. And I remember how
Guys and
embarrassing
girls,
it
be
was.
fit.
I was we were going to Disneyland and Minnie was on my back and I like slipped the day before Disneyland and I caught her, but I smashed my back. And I'm like, I'm not even 30 and I'm crippled and I'm limping through Disneyland. It was like the most excruciating, period of my
That
life.
was
And I
that
was like,
moment that hit you.
I was like, why am I like an 80-year-old at 29? This makes no sense. I'm like, who cares about the content of my character if I can't protect my family and I can't be there if she got hurt and I can't help her? I'm like, this needs to change. So guys out there, it's going to make you attractive to a woman by being fit, not because you need a six-pack, but because if you're too injured to help your kid at 35 because your back hurts, that doesn't make you a good dad. So
Yeah.
work on it for you and for your future child. And don't be like, oh, she just doesn't like me because I'm big. That's so vain. It's not vain. It's a very real metric of being able to help your kid if they get hurt.
I want you to live as long as possible.
Yeah.
You already have an advantage. You're a man. You said women live longer.
They do.
So
on
you
average.
got it. I would love to be as old as possible with you.
Yeah.
So
So everybody prioritize health isn't just a vanity metric based off of looks. It
Yeah.
really is a metric of being able to be with your partner longer. And so take some pride and effort into that. Like today, really hard day. I'm exhausted. We went on a huge hike yesterday. And I'm still doing leg day. We took a break midway because I'm like, man, I'm whooped. Let's do this podcast. I'm going to go down and still finish
people are
it.
going to be like, man, you took a hike every day because we've been mentioning it in every podcast that we went on a hike yesterday.
Well, look, it's movie magic, y'all. Sometimes scenes are done on different days. I'm telling you. Movie magic.
Really funny.
Could you imagine if like every movie ever made was done in like chronological order? So they had to build a set like at the same time. Like instead of shooting all the sets in Hogwarts, you had to like do Hogwarts, then you had to leave and then come back and redo the Hogwarts set again.
Oh my God.
Because it skipped a scene. You're like, okay, everybody, we're going 5 miles out into the woods. Okay, now we're going back to the studio. It's like, oh my God. I can't imagine that. The pain.
That could be a movie itself.
Oh, that would be a movie. That'd be a good one. With the actual cast, I bet they would be down.
Oh my God. The Harry Potter cast.
Yeah, I bet they would be down.
I meant just like filming a movie and